All right, let's do a quick romp through the writing process unit. And the point of the writing process unit is to give you a few resources to help you in your writing. So you can see that there's lots of pages here, and you're expected to go through them all and use this information to improve your writing. So the checklist just goes through each of the pages, lists them out. So let's start at the first page. And you know that you can look at any of these pages in full screen. So I can go to this little icon right here and click that. And we can see it here in full screen. So there's all of the information here on this page. So here is a little video on how and why we read. Here is a video I made on writing style and how to develop your style. And here's another little video I made about how to get control of your own writing. It's really important to understand how you as a person write. You need to be able to deconstruct your own writing so that you can improve it. If you don't understand your writing style, if you don't understand how you got those sentences on the page, it's going to be kind of difficult for you to improve. So you really need to understand your writing before you can improve it. And here's some advice on how to make that happen. And then I have a link to a podcast here. You might have already listened to that one. And here's some advice from Molly Hayes, who is a journalist of the Hamilton Spectator, quite a respected one. And here's some advice for you on what she does in her writing. And then a couple little tips on how to use a thesaurus. So I'm going to exit the full screen here. So I don't think you can see that exit full screen, but we did it. And here is what is an essay. So this first video is something you really need to watch because we are going to avoid using the 5-paragraph essay as much as possible. 5-paragraph essay is really like training wheels that you use in grade 9 to help you learn to write. But you need to shed those training wheels now and write in a more sophisticated, mature manner. Here's some writing tips from both students and teachers in this video, and a little bit more about me talking about essays. These are just pretty short, little 2-minute videos. And then here is some information that you can go through when you're writing your essay. So basically how to write, so how to formulate the question, how to assess your audience. They're just little PowerPoints that you can just go from one slide to the other. You can also go full screen with these guys. And some organizational strategies, some rhetorical devices, goes through pretty much every single rhetorical device. Let's see if this works. Yes. Okay, so the full screen does work. So it's probably the best way to watch these. And let's just get out of the full screen here. Just press escape on your computer to get out of full screen. So these elements to essay writing are things that you need to apply in your own writing. Obviously you have to use MLA style because that's the English literature way. And this is kind of interesting too. This is a transition to university essay. This is what universities are looking for in essays, and it's not the 5-paragraph essay. So the next page is how to build an argument, and I think there was a link from this from your CA essay page. Here's a page all about signposting. Signposting is that really immature way of writing where you say this chapter discusses blah blah blah. So you don't want to write like that. Instead, you want to say what makes a name rise and fall in popularity. Turn it into a question. And you don't want to say the preceding paragraph or the previous section or the first topic to be discussed. You don't want to talk about your writing. You just want to do it. Just write it. Don't talk about it. So that's signposting. And then, of course, you know what plagiarism is. Here's a thing all about how to avoid plagiarism. This little section here is actually pretty good. It's what the Globe and Mail uses to make sure that they don't plagiarize. So it's some interesting things that they ask themselves to make sure they don't plagiarize. And here is some relaxation techniques with Miss Newton. And these are some links to talks where authors talk about how they create their writing, how they create the books and the articles that they write. And here is some more links to read more writings. Here's a bunch of different publications and links to their publications. So you can see that a big part of writing is reading about writing, or reading, period. The more you read, the better the writer you'll be. And here's examples of the MLA format, style. So your essay and all of your writing really needs to be in this style. So take a really good look at this and make sure you can see it's double spaced, and they have in-text citations, not footnotes. So see, here's an in-text citation. So that's MLA style. This is that essay again about what universities want. I just have it as a PDF here. So this is your little assignment in this particular unit. So it's the only really assignment that we have here. Everything else is for your reference. Here's a little video on how to do the assignment if you've never used a Google Doc before. So you're going to be deconstructing one of these essays, leaving 3 or 4 comments based on what we looked at up here. So if you go back to all of the PowerPoints, so based on rhetorical devices and transitions and conclusion and the framework, the organizational framework. So you're going to be looking to deconstructing the essay of your choice using those elements. So say you decide to deconstruct this essay, so you click the link, and here it is here. And say you find a rhetorical device, you are going to then select it and comment. Right, so that's what you're going to do there. And then here's a few tips on writer's block. And then you're going to make sure that you get your novel chosen and posted here on this Google form. So your name and the novel of your choice. So this needs to be done by May 4th, but do it as soon as possible. It's got to be read by the end of April. Unit 3, which is due May the 18th, is based on your novel. So make sure that you get that. Okay, I'm asking you to submit your choice by March the 30th. And your choices are posted here on my Digitize Me blog. So here's the blog where you have your reading list. It automatically opens to this, and then you can go ahead and look at all the different, there's about 35 different novels you can choose from, various artists from all different countries, so not just Canadian, writers from all over the world. And you're going to pick one of these novels. And if you find one that's based on your social issue or around your social issue, that's great, but that's not necessary. Just pick a novel that you would be interested in reading. All right, so that's a bit of a romp through this, and hope you enjoy going through it.